Good afternoon. We begin with breaking news. Authorities say 3 arrests have been made in the sexual assaults of a Tulane student and her friend earlier this month. The suspects are 18-year-old Marines assigned to the Belle Chase Naval Air Station. Investigative reporter Mike Pearlstein is just back from the court and a hearing for the suspects. And Mike, what do we know about the suspects and how strong of a case do prosecutors believe they have?
Well, first, this is a very serious matter. Bail was set this morning, as you said. All 3 of these suspects were Marines stationed at the Belle Chase Naval Air Station, so they will not just have to deal with the local criminal justice system, but presumably their chain of command as Marines.
And all 18 years old. They're
all 18. We have suspect number 1 is Jared Anderson. His bail was set at $50,000. Number 2 is Alexander Davenport. He was charged in 2 counts. His bail was set at $100,000. And then the 3rd defendant is Antonio Landrum. His mugshot was not yet available. His bail was set at $25,000 on a single count of 3rd-degree rape. Now, let me just tell you the scenario that was detailed in several arrest warrants for these Marines. Now, it is important to note that with an arrest warrant, detectives have already interviewed the alleged victims, have gone over the facts and evidence in the case, and have found probable cause for an arrest.
For those who don't remember, give us the background on this case.
Right, so it was a Tulane student and a friend of that student who were out drinking at a bar, and ended up meeting with these Marines, 3 and possibly more, and in what they admit to police was an intoxicated state. They then went to an apartment of one of the 2 alleged victims. It was there that there was sex, and the 2 victims gave sort of overlapping accounts of sex with not just one, but multiple people against their will. Now, we know that being intoxicated can be the grounds to bring a rape charge if someone is unable to give consent due to intoxication. One of the Marines gave a statement to detectives that he thought the sex was consensual. So already we're seeing the possible elements of a defense in this case.
What's the next step, real quick?
All right, the next step is to see whether any of these defendants are going to be able to make bail. Secure attorneys, 2 were just represented. They were just arrested fresh overnight or this morning. 2 were represented by public defenders, so they're all going to get a chance to get representation of an attorney. And once those attorneys are lined up, we will see what the next step is for them to either make bail or come back to court.
And we'll have more on this coming up at 5 and 6. Thank you very much. Well, on a much happier note today, this is what it looked like this morning when the 49th New Orleans